stay safe online and save big? Get up to 76% off a 2-year NordVPN plan, plus 4 months free and up to a $50 Amazon gift card. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description and it's all yours.
Howdy, everyone. I'm Stephen Fothery again. Sean is nowhere to be found. Ellie is probably busy doing something Doctor Who related. Who knows? So y'all are stuck with me getting another video from me. But let's talk about the Star Trek Strange New Worlds Strange New News. The Star Trek Universe panel at San Diego Comic-Con not only gave us our first trailer for the upcoming series Star Trek Starfleet Academy, which, shameless self-promotion, I just did a video here on the channel breaking down and analyzing that trailer, so please check that out. But Hall H attendees were also treated to some Strange New Worlds fun as well, in addition to Academy stuff. For the Strange New Worlds section of the panel, the current Trek head honcho Alex Kurtzman attended alongside series showrunners Akiva Goldsman and Henry Alonso Myers, actors Rebecca Romaine, Ethan Peck, Jess Bush, Christina Chong, and Paul Wesley were all present. Convention goers got an early look at the 4th episode of Strange New Worlds Season 3, so that was kind of a big surprise there for people who were there in San Diego. The Jonathan Frakes directed Hollywood murder mystery they've been talking a lot about for a long time, for like over a year now, but the episode is called A Space Adventure Hour, and Paramount describes it as the following. The episode incorporates a murder mystery theme when La'an tests a prototype holodeck with a fictional case only she can solve. The consequences of failure get greater and greater, with the Enterprise hanging in the balance. People at the con also got to experience the exhibit Paramount set up to promote the episode, which depicts a holodeck recreation of a vintage science fiction spaceship set. I should point out that we won't be able to discuss that episode until it's released on Paramount Plus Thursday 31st. However, it was announced that this episode will also be made free on several different platforms in certain parts of the world, including Pluto TV, Amazon, Apple, Roku, and on the Paramount Plus YouTube channel. But this year's Star Trek Universe panel gets even stranger than a TOS prequel show doing a holodeck Hollywood murder mystery. Paramount also shared their first look at Strange New Worlds Season 4, which recently wrapped up production. They just finished filming Season 4. But they showed a clip, and it opens with a shot of the Enterprise captain's chair, very familiar. Then the camera pans over to reveal Puppet Anson Mount in command of the ship, sitting in the chair, and he's giving the famous Pike catchphrase command, "Hit it." So, I don't know how else to say this, but Season 4 has a puppet episode. Yeah, they just confirmed they are doing a puppet episode of Strange New Worlds. This is not a total surprise. After all, Akiva Goldsman teased this idea last year. He actually mentioned, he used the word Muppet, but he mentioned doing a Muppet episode when he spoke to Variety as something he thought the show might be able to do. And the Season 4 episode that they've already shot, it was directed by Jordan Canning, who has worked on Strange New Worlds in Seasons 2 and 3. But he also has experience with Jim Henson puppets from directing the recent Fraggle Rock reboot, Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock. And I should also point out that the Strange New Worlds episode does use the famous Jim Henson Creature Shop for these puppets. I'm just really curious to find out what people think about this news. Personally, I want to reserve my judgment until I actually see it. There's a lot we still don't know. We just got like this very small little clip that was kind of jokey and lighthearted, but we don't know if it's only Pike who's a puppet or if the entire crew, they're all puppets. Do they get transformed into puppets like we've actually seen in Star Trek before. Remember, poor Kayshawn in his debut episode was temporarily transformed into a puppet. So is it going to be something like that? Another thing they could do is just do like a whole episode with puppets and not explain why. You know, sometimes Star Trek is animated, sometimes Star Trek is live action, maybe sometimes Star Trek can just be puppets and presented that way for no reason. So there's a few different possibilities, a few different ways this might go, but I guess the bigger question I have is, should they do this? We all know the show famously loves to take big swings, but is this going to be too big of a swing? Or for a section of the fandom, will it be too big of a swing? I was on board when they did the musical episode in season 2, but even that was fairly divisive, which is saying something for Star Trek because, I mean, any episode of Star Trek is going to be a little divisive. We are an opinionated fandom, and we love to argue, but I think this puppet stuff might bother more people than even the musical did. I know a lot of other modern shows have done this kind of thing, but that's part of what has me worried. The really innovative shows, Buffy and Angel back in the day, they did musicals, they did puppet episodes, but those were unique ideas back then that no one else was doing, and since then, many other shows have tried to emulate those ideas. They're not as novel ideas as they used to be. And to me, it would feel like Star Trek is just following the trendy things and not blazing its own path like I would prefer it to. And also keep in mind that we are only getting 16 more episodes of the show after the current season 3 finishes releasing on Paramount+. So just ask yourself, do we really want to spend one of those final 16 on a puppet episode? And maybe the answer for a lot of people is yes, and maybe it will be a successful, popular, liked episode. But I don't know. Just for me, I'm holding back judgment until I can see it. But I'm really curious, like I said, I'm really curious what other people think about this. So please, by all means, drop us a comment and let us know where you stand on this. Do you want to see this? Are you for it? Are you against it? Do you need to wait and see, like me? Also, I should point out that we have even more Trek news in addition to the Academy trailer I mentioned. Please go check that out, by the way. There's a lot in there to unpack, so do yourself a favor and go check that out. But in addition to these Strange New Worlds announcements, there is also some updates on the Star Trek Con audio drama. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of these videos we're doing covering the big breaking news out of San Diego Comic-Con. And hopefully we get Sean or Ellie back on screen soon, but thank you everyone so very much for putting up with me stepping in for them in the meantime. Y'all have a good one, and live long and prosper.